Today's video is on language. Today's video is on language. My name is Mukesh C. Chauhan. What is language? What is language? We look at the varieties of languages which human beings speak. Sign language, without a shadow of doubt, is the oldest language which humans understand without speaking a word. Language, they also divide human beings. They create artificial boundaries. Languages also divides countries and states in the same country from each other. Some languages are easy to speak, others are more complicated. Some are deities languages. They're not spoken today because this present era is not of the deities era. Sir Jones said in 1875 in India that Sanskrit is a beautiful language. It's a beautiful language. Sanskrit, Greek, Latin are the oldest languages of the world. They are the oldest languages, but they also disappeared. They're not very popular. So in which language should you speak? Should you speak in your mother's tongue, which may be Hindi, or English, or Tamil, French, Urdu, Spanish? Today, English is one of the most popular languages in the world, without a shadow of doubt. We can virtually communicate with most countries, most people in English language. It's the ease of communication which makes English such a popular language. And it's a very simple language. Without a shadow of doubt, it's one of the simplest languages there is. And in life, sometimes simple things are all you require because people understand simple things. More complicated a language, more difficult to understand. Sanskrit, for instance, is a much more complicated language. It's got a lot more alphabets, letters. It's difficult to fathom that. It takes a long time to understand it. French is more romantic. So what is the language of birds and animals and plants? What is the language of birds, animals, and plants? What language do they speak? They do speak, after all. They do understand. But what language do they speak in? What is creator's language? What is creator's language? People don't even think about this question. Does creator speak? They don't even know if creator exists. And here I'm speaking about what is the language of creator. To remember, I have found creator after a mammoth search, after a 14-year search. It was a very difficult journey. And now in my almost 30 years of the journey. Quantum language is creator's language. Quantum language is creator's language. So the question I pose is, what is the substratum of a language or any language or languages? What is the substratum? What is the intrinsic structure of a language? What is the underpinning of all the languages? There has to be something which combines to form a language. What is that? Languages are an example of quantum free will. Quantum free will is a property endowed in human consciousness. This is quantum free will, which allows us to experience a variety of different languages, speak different languages, and understand different languages. If we didn't have quantum free will, chances are there were very limited languages on Earth. Language is a perfect example of creator's quantum free will. It's live in action everywhere in the world. Nobody can deny this because there's visible evidence of the language is spoken. It is from thoughts that words of languages are formed. This seems to be the most basic things. It is from thoughts. The question arises, what are words formed from? What are words formed from? Words are formed from thoughts. Words are formed from thoughts. So what are thoughts? Thoughts form letters of the alphabet, which form the words, which forms the languages. So alphabet literally is the grammar of the language. But what is the grammar of the alphabet? How many people know about this? What is the grammar of the alphabet? What are alphabets formed from? What are alphabets formed from? Nobody knows what or how alphabet form words. Nobody knows the secret. It is consciousness. The words, the thoughts are formed from human consciousness. It is the subatomic particles enshrined in human consciousness, which is found inside human brain, which forms the alphabets. So the alphabets are formed from subquantum layer of subatomic particles. It is subatomic particles present inside human consciousness which forms alphabets. This is a fact. I've seen this live. It's these subatomic particles which coalesce to form atoms of alphabets. And these atoms of alphabets combine to form molecules and words of languages. At conscious level, we have more coarser level of subatomic particles which form physical atoms and molecules which combine to form words. This is at a conscious level. At subconscious level is much more refined, finer subatomic particles which combine to form quantum atoms and molecules which form words. I've seen live of how words of atoms and molecules combine to form words which split and recombine all the time to form different words. So any words which you speak, then they are split into different words or different atoms and different molecules. The different words are different combinations of atoms which form different molecules. So when somebody speaks with you, these subatoms and atoms interact with the atoms which you exude or which you speak, and the two combine to form words which you understand. There's a dynamic exchange taking place all the time at subquantum level. But human beings can't see this. It is Creator Infinity who gives energies to make whatever words we wish to speak or express. Without Creator giving us the energies, we won't be able to make a single word. That is a fact, accept that. People who have lost their voice do not form these atoms because either the physical nerves which transmit the impulses are damaged or the hearing nerve is damaged. I have some golden rules about any language. Speak sweetly, speak softly, and speak less. The less you speak, more effective you will be. Why? Because human consciousness registers only certain bits of information. If you speak too many, they all goes out, they do not go inside your consciousness. And if they don't, then you will not be able to fathom or cognize what these words mean. You'll say yes, 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 when you really don't understand, or you may ignore it. Creator forms the finest level of energies and understands all the languages of the world, whether they're humans, animals, or plant. Silence is the language of Creator. Silence is the language of infinity. plants typify this and signify this beautifully. And look how rich the nature is. Compare that with animals and compare that with humans. Look at the degradation of humans' languages nowadays. It shows the present time we are in, the inertia, the ego. Language of love. Did you know love has a language? What is that? What is the language of love? How many even think about this? They think they love, but they don't really. Many times it's just infatuation or attraction, which peters off very quickly if they don't get what they want. So what is the language of love? It is my scientific discovery that there's 7 layers to language of love, 7 layers to language of love. Question asks you, the viewer is watching it, what level are you vibrating at? What level are you vibrating at? What is your language of vibration of love? Thought about that? This video is worth it just for this single slide. Creator speaks in quantum language. Quantum language is a universal language of creator who understands every language and forms a subquantum structure and base to all the languages which diversify from that level. If you have any comments, kindly write to me. Leave your comments on the video or email me separately or on my website. Thank you for listening. Good day and God bless.